Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, Mitch, Ryan and I will be doing a round 4 wrap up. If you saw Mitch's last video, we have canned footy news because we didn't think that was going so well. So instead, every week we'll be kind of reviewing the round on each person's channel. So hoping that goes all right, and if it does, we'll continue, and if it doesn't, we're not too sure what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, I suppose let's just get straight into the review.
So, the first game of the round was a Thursday night clash between the Dogs and the Swans. I saw that most people did tip the Swans, which is surprising. I thought the Dogs were going to bounce back, and they did that really well. They comfortably won the game. Didn't catch the first half, but I saw Bontempelli played a really good game. Bailey Smith as well. Bruce reckons he's the best second-year player, so he was also exceptional. And the Dogs also had a few injuries. I noticed, I think Sam Lloyd and it might have been Aaron Norton as well. So
2 big blows for them.
Yeah, the Dogs are bouncing back in form, which is a good sign for them. They're 2 wins in a row. But yeah, those injuries might hurt them, but I'm pretty sure they're getting a few players back next week. So yeah, it was not the greatest game to watch, like in terms of a close game. But yeah, the Dogs got the job done well. Next game, I covered this in my live stream. GWS versus Collingwood. Mitch, you probably watched the game more thoroughly, so...
Probably the most frustrating game this year, alongside with the Pies Richmond game to watch as a fan. I think the Pies have a great back line and great midfield, but I think our forward line's letting us down at the moment. Brody Myercheck ended up kicking 2 goals, but he's there as a key forward and he's not really doing his job like he was last year, taking big marks, kicking set shots. Mason Cox had a quiet game. Pies are doing really well. They're still the premiership favourite, but they just need to work on their forward line. Potentially they need a key forward. Is Darcy Cameron and Mason Cox that big forward? I don't know. But yeah, on the other hand, the Giants were too good. GWS Giants, too dominant. Toby Green's an absolute gun. So,
he's played a really good game. Should have kicked 4 goals.
Yeah.
And a big blow to Jeremy Howe as well, which will hurt their back line. Next game was Port Adelaide versus West Coast. One of the other games at the Queensland Hub at Metricon Stadium. And it was pretty much a Port Adelaide dominance for most of it. Third quarter, the Eagles got a little bit into the game, but Charlie Dixon kicked 6. He's finally back in some form, which is good news for the Power. And the Eagles are in a massive slump now. Not too sure what's going to happen with them and where they're going to finish in the ladder. I mean, I still reckon they might scope into finals, but yet again, they look poor, they look lackluster, they look slow. I didn't really watch this game too much, but I did see the highlights, and the Eagles, yet again, were pretty poor. They didn't play anywhere near what they are capable of. But yeah, we didn't really see the match too much. That's all we can really go over. But the next game is St Kilda versus Richmond, and I did watch this one. I think Mitch watched some of it as well. Yeah, it was a good game. Was not expecting a win because I thought the Tigers would bounce back after their loss against the Hawks. Fortunately for us, they didn't. However, it was quite a free-flowing and high-scoring match for most of it. Look, we're accurate again. The Saints, 15 goals, 3. If we were kicking like we did last year, it would have been something like 8 goals, 13. So, look, kicking accurate definitely helps. And the Tigers, they were good in patches, but just, can't really find they can't find their 2019 form as of yet. I reckon they'll bounce back, but exciting signs for the Saints. Dan Butler was very good again. He might be leading the best and fairest of this race, but
he'd be up there.
He would be. He kicked 3 goals. He's kicked goals in pretty much every match after the break. So yeah, exciting for the Saints, and it will be a very big game this Thursday against the Blues.
Yep, Essendon taking on Carlton. A close game. It was an absolute thriller. But yeah, Essendon obviously started training halfway through the week, and they were notified that the game was going ahead and they were going to be playing. But yeah, the Blues just got it done by 1 point in the end. I think Levi Casbolt has improved out of sight this year.
And he's a couple of really good goals,
Yeah, a few good goals. He's clunking them from everywhere. So, yeah, did you watch this one, Cardi?
I watched the last 10 minutes of the game, and I'm glad I did because it was a pretty thrilling ending. The Bombers, I think they came back with a couple of goals, or it might have been the Blues. And then obviously Jacob Townsend with that 50-metre penalty just couldn't get over the line with the Liam Jones. The match-winning Falcon. I was on a call with Sammy GFC, and his reaction was priceless. He thought it was going to go through, and it got touched on the line. He's like, "Fuck, shit!" He was throwing remote controls everywhere. Pretty funny. Did tip the Blues because I thought they they were off the back of some good form. And the Bombers, they would have been hit hard with all that COVID stuff. So I thought, the Blues would have got the job done. Next game, the Gold Coast Suns versus the Fremantle Dockers. Now, another game I didn't really catch too much, so Mitchie might have more to say on this one.
Yeah, I was flicking between both Essendon and Carlton and Suns v the Dockers. But, I watched a bit of this game, and Matt Rao, another 2 goals and 20 disposals. One of the favourites for the Brownlow medal, which is just crazy to think a player in their first year is actually in contention to win it. But the Suns are definitely up and about. Fremantle Dockers, unlike the Adelaide Crows in their games in the hub, they haven't been absolutely smashed, but they've lost all their games. So I think the Dockers can bounce back and win a few games. They're definitely in a better position than the Adelaide Crows are.
Yeah, definitely.
But Nat Fyfe with the hamstring injury, we haven't got an update.
He might be out. I think he's out for a couple of weeks. He might even return for the Derby potentially. Apparently, the first ever game where no points have been scored in the first half, which was I watched that a little bit of that. the second quarter. I was like, don't score a point, and something just to go over, I guess. The next game was Adelaide or Brisbane versus Adelaide, and I watched all of that game, and I could say the Lions were pretty much dominant for majority of the game. Third quarter, the Crows got on top, and because accurate Adelaide Crows outfit, they managed to get it back within 16 points in a game where the Lions expected to win. But their inaccuracy, though, might cost them if they play better opposition. 13 goals, 22. Lachie Neale scored 6 behinds of his own. But Charlie Cameron, yet again, was really exciting. Took a really great mark in the last quarter, and he set up a goal with a clever toe poke. So, the Lions are looking pretty strong in 2020, but might want to fix up a few of their few things, especially their goal kicking. For now, the Lions probably a top 4 team. The second last game of the round was between Melbourne and Geelong.
Yeah, I watched a bit of this game. Cats, they were up by a little bit, and then the D's sort of clawed their way back towards the end.
In the last quarter,
just they didn't quite do enough. They had a fair few wasted opportunities, the D's, to try to... I think Melksham had an opportunity to win the game. Cats... I don't know. They're not playing at their best.
They're not playing great. No, I'm not. I'll give them that. They were lucky to get over the line.
Lost last week to Carlton, and now they've just beat Melbourne. Yeah. Cam Guthrie played well. I think he had high 20 disposals. Yeah. Looks like a caveman. The
Cats, they got to find form, but 2-2 isn't so bad. It wasn't the greatest game up until 3/4 time. Like, very low scoring. The Cats won it with 47, which was, I think, the lowest winning score this century, or this millennium, I should say. So, that's another unusual stat that I guess isn't really great for our spectacle of the game, since we want high scores. But, what a thriller at the end, and the D's almost snatched it late. And the last game was a 6:10 Sunday night clash, in which a lot of people didn't really watch. It was Hawthorn versus North Melbourne at Marvel Stadium. I did watch most of the game, and I was fair to say for most of it, Hawks were the better team and got out to a 5-goal advantage, I think midway through the last term. But then, a few people, I think you tuned into the last bit, Mitch.
Yeah.
North just came firing for just out of nowhere and kicked 4 goals late and almost snatched it. They had a shot, I think, to level the scores. But, the Hawks, look, they just, they hit the post, but the Hawks just held on. Yeah, Alistair Clarkson was quite angry during that North Melbourne's patch, which was quite obvious, because if they lost that would have been mind-blowing to lose by 30 points down when they were in control for most of the match, had a lot more scoring opportunities. But that's the bit of a round 4 wrap-up. We'll get better as episodes go on, definitely, so I'm a bit shaky. Alright, so now what we are going to be doing, what Mitch did in his last round review video, we're just going to quickly do a power ranking of where each team sits. Okay, so Geelong, I reckon, maybe B or C. They've had 2 wins, but they haven't been convincing lately. Carlton, probably, they look alright. Maybe put them in B's at this rate.
Yep.
Freo, they haven't been as bad as F, so put them in E. They haven't won a game yet, so it's kind of hard to rank them too highly. Melbourne as well, C or D. They've been not great, but they've they've competed in most games. The Dogs, I'd put them in Bs at this moment. They're looking pretty good lately.
I'll put them above Carlton.
Yeah, Bs. The Bombers, they've had that one game off. Maybe C or Bs.
I reckon C is probably right.
Yeah, Cs. They should have probably beaten the Blues. The Eagles, safe to put them in probably E's or F's at the moment. I reckon.
E's.
Yeah,
we almost put them in F because everyone has high expectations.
Yeah, chuck it in F. Honestly, they've been terrible. The Giants, I reckon at this rate,
I'd probably say they've got some of their players back. They won against
I reckon still maybe B, just because at this rate they've come off a few losses. The Hawks, you can chuck them in A's safely because they've been really good. Just the Cats game was their only drop off. The Lions, A's or A pluses. Arguably, you could put them in A pluses. But I reckon top end of A's. Haven't been the standout team yet. North Melbourne, I reckon end of B's. They weren't terrible against the Hawks. They beat the Giants, obviously. So, yeah, I reckon... what do you reckon the Pies sit?
Pies, I'd almost put us around here, I'd say, after that loss to GWS.
I reckon if you beat the Giants, you'd be A+.
Yeah.
A's pretty good. The Power, I reckon, undefeated. Chuck them in A+. 4-0, they're sitting pretty comfortably in the ladder with a high percentage. The Saints,
probably say even nearly A after beating Richmond, obviously.
True. I mean, I think that's a bit generous since we only lost. I mean, we've only won a couple, but top end of B's or end of A's, whatever you want.
I reckon probably maybe top end of B's. Just the fact that the Pies pumped the Saints. So
yeah, the Suns, probably top of A. I reckon they're not yet A+, but they've been playing really good footy.
Would you put them above the Pies?
I reckon above the Pies, but below the Lions, I reckon. The Swans, I reckon C's. C's are fair. So they haven't been terrible. They've won a couple games, but they're not going to go great this season. The Tigers, I'd say it's safe to say maybe put them in the D's.
D's.
Like, from their expectations, they've only one win after 4 games. They've looked sluggish. And the Crows, I reckon you could put them in F's at the moment. They are in a bad hole, lowest point they've ever been in, really.
Yeah.
So, bad losses for the Crows.
Yeah, I reckon that's a pretty accurate list.
But I reckon that's it. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like. And if you give it a like, we'll know that you guys enjoy it and we keep on doing this. Subscribe if you're new to this channel for more AFL content. And subscribe to Mitch Ryan's channel. And he'll be doing these videos every second week as well. Thank you guys for watching. And thanks Mitch for coming on. And we'll see you guys soon in the next one.